This video is about operating system, but before starting the video, I'll again inform you that you can join my online computer tuition classes by contacting me on my email ID provided in the video description and in my channel about section as well. Operating system, the main interface for interaction between the user and the computer hardware, responsible for directing and controlling all the hardware components and gives command to several system softwares as well, remain operational and works continuously in background as essential background service until the system is switched on. If layout, design or presentation points are considered or the way it lets the user to interact with the computer, then it comes in two varieties. It is GUI and CUI. Now let's understand the difference between GUI operating system and CUI operating system. GUI, it stands for Graphical User Interface. Very easy to use interface as it contains clickable icons. Icons are nothing but small pictures or graphics which when clicked opens the desired application on which a user wants to work with. Examples of GUI operating system are Windows, Apple Mac, Linux and Unix. Now let's understand what is CUI operating system. CUI stands for Character User Interface. It is not an easy to use interface as it is based on commands. Every time a user wants to perform any action, he or she needs to enter the desirable command for that on a black screen. No icons are there in it. It is a command-driven kind of operating system. Examples of CUI operating system are DOS, stands for Disk Operating System, and Linux. Now before moving further on the operating system concept, let's understand what booting is. Loading the operating system into the computer when the computer is switched on is called as booting process or bootstrapping process. Once the system starts, the post, called as power on self-test program, stored inside ROM, loads into CPU to begin its execution, which checks the proper functioning of all the connected components. Then originally booting process begins when the CPU starts executing the BIOS instructions. Bootstrap loader, which loads operating system and other important system software instructions. Two types of bootings exist, cold booting and warm booting. Cold booting begins when user starts the computer after complete shutdown. Warm booting begins when user restarts the computer. Multiple types of operating systems exist, like single user, multi-user, multi-programming, real-time, time-sharing, multitasking, embedded, and distributed. Single user operating system, also called as single tasking operating system. This type of operating system allows only one user to perform only one task on a system at a time. Examples: DOS, Windows 95, etc. Multi-user operating system allow multiple users to access the system simultaneously, mainly used in computer networking, where one system acts as a server and multiple clients access the server to process their requests. System accessed by multiple users must have networking operating system built in, and it must be mainframe type of computer. Examples: Unix, Linux. Multi-programming operating system, capable to handle more than one task simultaneously by using a single processor. Multiple tasks can reside at the same time in main memory. Depending upon the priority and input-output interruption, these tasks switches in between the main memory and the single processor in order to maximize CPU usage and reduces delay time in processing of tasks. Example: every personal computer. Real-time operating system guarantees the execution of job within specified time constraint and return the result instantly to avoid any delay. Mostly used in aircraft system, military system, where immediate response from system is needed. Restrictive type of operating system which works on time bounding. Examples: RT Linux, VxWorks. Batch processing operating system automatically execute a bundle of programs in a sequential manner. Firstly, All the stored jobs are accumulated together in a batch and then periodically their processing will take place. Example, Unix. Time-sharing operating system works by allocating a system to multiple users at the same time, depending on how much minimum amount of time each user will take. Switches in between programs by allocating and deallocating resources to reduce CPU idle time. Logical extension of multiprogramming operating system. Example, Mac operating system. Multitasking operating system. When multiple tasks are executed concurrently by the same processor by switching in between them depending on their priority or the time they use to complete the execution. Extension of multiprogramming operating system. Examples, Mac and Windows. Embedded operating system, a type of operating system which is smallest inside and resides inside those appliances which are actually not computer but they are machines which make users' work easier, like washing machine, microwaves, etc. Very reliable and compact operating system can handle only one task at a time. Distributed operating system, a number of processors are used to serve real-time applications, though each processor is allotted tasks according to its efficiency. Multiple processors establish communication with each other through the use of local network telephone lines. Multiple functions are performed by operating system, like resource management, memory management, power management, process management, storage management, and input-output management. Let's discuss all of these. Resource management. Resources in context of operating system means memory pages, CPU time, input-output interruptions, etc. So the operating system manages the allocation and deallocation of these resources. Memory management keeps track of main memory, swaps processes in and out depending on the time they take for execution. This context switching in between blocks of memory improves performance of system as consistency of data is maintained. Power management improves battery performance by switching in between different power states in order to achieve lower power consumption. Multiple options include hibernate, sleep, when not in use for some time to save battery life, adjust screen brightness accordingly. Process management. Process is a program under execution, means the task is currently being handled by CPU. Life cycle of process starts from its creation and continues until it gets executed by CPU, and during this time the process needs multiple resources like memory, input-output device interaction. So, operating system manages those resources and the process using those resources perfectly. Storage management can also be called as file management. Maintain data backups, provide security against thefts, gives an organized directory structure, data compression options, and much more reliabilities to users so that they can have a trustworthy storage system to rely on. Input-output management. Which device to make operational, how to keep track of other input-output requests, how to maintain a balance between different speed devices. All these coordination and controlling tasks are managed efficiently by the operating system. Buffering technique is implemented by operating system when multiple devices having different data transferring speeds communicate. So the slow speed device, if receiving the data from faster speed device, then to compensate the difference in speed in between them, there is a storage area of buffer is used, which stores data transferred and maintains the accuracy of work at user side. Now let's discuss some of the most popular computer operating systems. The first one is MS-DOS, stands for Microsoft Disk Operating System, supports character user interface for interaction between user and computer. Single user operating system developed by Microsoft in 1980. Two kinds of DOS commands are there, internal and external. Next operating system is Windows. It stands for Wide Interactive Network Development for Office Work Solutions. Supports graphical user interface for interaction between user and computer. Multitasking operating system developed by Microsoft. Multiple versions of it are released since 1993. Latest version is Windows 10. Next operating system is Unix. It stands for Uniplexed Information and Computing Service. Supports graphical user interface for interaction between user and computer. Multitasking operating system developed by Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie at AT&T. Another very popular computer operating system is Linux. It stands for Lovable Intellect Not Using XP. Free open source and multi-programming operating system developed by Linus Torvalds in 1991. Unix-like operating system supports both GUI and CUI interface for interaction between user and computer. No need to use antivirus with it as it is a virus-free operating system. The most popular other computer operating system is Mac. It stands for Macintosh Operating System. Reliable GUI interface for easy communication between user and computer, developed by Apple. Now, the two most popular mobile operating systems are Android and iOS. Android, the most popular mobile operating system found in every smartphone available today, developed by Google in 2007, written in programming language Java. Linux-based open source operating system have Bluetooth multitasking, video making, photo capturing capabilities. iOS, another very reliable mobile operating system developed by Apple in 2007, written in programming languages like C and C++. Most secure system and supports Safari web browser, have Bluetooth multitasking, video making, photo capturing capabilities. Thanks for watching, and for more videos, subscribe my channel. Viewers, if you want to join my computer tuition classes, kindly contact me on my mail ID provided in my channel About section.